Diving into the wild world of baby names today. You know, you always hear those stories about parents naming their kids after, like, fruits or cities or their favorite Harry Potter character. But have you ever wondered if there are actual laws about what you can and can't name your kid? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get weird. Turns out some countries have some seriously strange rules about what you can call your little bundle of joy. We're talking names that'll make you scratch your head, names that'll make you laugh, and maybe even a few that'll make you say, wait, they named their kid what? Get ready for 10 of the craziest naming laws from around the globe. Alright, first up we're heading down under to New Zealand. Now, New Zealanders are generally known for being pretty chill, right? But when it comes to baby names, they've got a list, a literal list, of names that are a big old no-no. We're not talking about slightly embarrassing names here, folks. We're talking names like Lucifer, and get this, anal. Yeah, you heard that right. Apparently the powers that be in New Zealand decided that those names were just a tad too much, even for the land of Kiwis and hobbits. They're all about protecting kids from a lifetime of potential playground taunting. And hey, I can't really blame them for that. Next up, we're hopping over to Germany, where things get a little, shall we say, structured. See, in Germany you can't just give your child any old name that tickles your fancy. Nope, the name has to have a clear gender. That's right, folks, no gender-neutral names allowed. And hold on, there's more. The name also can't negatively affect the child's well-being. Now that one seems pretty reasonable, but you gotta wonder, what exactly counts as a negative impact? Is it just me? Or does that sound like a recipe for some pretty interesting court cases? Alright, hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to dive into a doozy. Over in Sweden, a country known for its minimalist design and delicious meatballs, things got a little out of hand back in 1996. A couple decided they wanted to name their child Brifski Sexmin Pakakulman Praxkum SQLBB 11116. You think I'm kidding? I wish I was. Apparently they claimed it was pronounced Albin, but come on, who are they kidding? The Swedish government was not having it. They said NEJ faster than you can say IKEA furniture assembly instructions. Turns out even in Sweden there are limits to creative expression. From Sweden, we're heading north to the land of glaciers, volcanoes, and, well, very specific baby naming rules, that's right. We're talking about Iceland. In Iceland, they don't mess around when it comes to names. They have a special naming committee, and this committee has one very important job, to decide what names are cool enough to be Icelandic. Want to name your kid after your great-aunt Helga? Better hope it's on the list. Thinking of going with a more modern name like, say, Apple or Elon? Well, you might be out of luck. Iceland's all about preserving its cultural heritage, even when it comes to baby names. Next up, we're sailing over to Denmark, home of Lego pastries and, you guessed it, more baby naming regulations. Denmark's got a list of 7,000 approved names. 7,000, that's a lot of names. You'd think that would be enough to satisfy any parent, right? But hey, this is 2023, people are getting creative. So what happens if you've got your heart set on a name that's not on the list? Well, you can always apply for special permission. But be warned, the Danish authorities are known to be sticklers for tradition, so you better have a good reason for going rogue. Hold on tight, folks, because things are about to get a little unexpected. We're heading to Saudi Arabia, where certain names have actually been banned for being, get this, blasphemous or too foreign. That's right, names like Linda and Alice are on the no-go list. Apparently these names are seen as clashing with Saudi culture and religious beliefs. Now I'm all for respecting different cultures, but banning Linda? That just seems a little harsh, even for me. From Saudi Arabia we're jetting over to Portugal, where they take their language very seriously, like, really seriously. In Portugal you can't just slap any old nickname on your kid's birth certificate and call it a day. Nope, the name has to be a traditional Portuguese name, and it has to be on the official list. So, if you were thinking of naming your kid Little Joao or Princess Maria, you might want to think again. Portugal's all about preserving its linguistic heritage, one baby name at a time. Next stop, Japan. Now Japan is known for its beautiful language, its delicious food, and its very polite people. But did you know that they also have some pretty strict rules about baby names? In Japan, you can't use kanji characters that have negative or offensive meanings in a name, which makes sense, right? You wouldn't want to curse your kid with a name that translates to bad luck or misfortune, so if you're planning on honoring your Japanese heritage with your child's name, you might want to brush up on your kanji. From Japan, we're hopping over to China, the world's most populous country, and home to some truly unique naming customs. In China, the government has a lot of say in what you can and can't name your child. One of the most interesting rules is that the name has to be able to be entered into a computer. That's right, folks, if the government computers can't read it, it's not a legal name. This is apparently to make it easier to keep track of all those Chinese citizens. So, if you're thinking of going with a super rare or ancient Chinese character for your child's name, you might want to double-check that it's on the approved list. Last but not least, we're heading down to Mexico, where some states have taken a stand against names that are just plain ridiculous. We're talking names like Facebook, Rambo, and other monikers that are more likely to be found on a movie poster than a birth certificate. Apparently these states are concerned about kids getting bullied for having, shall we say, unconventional names. And hey, I can't blame them for that. I mean, imagine being stuck with the name Batman for your entire life. That's a lot of pressure to live up to. So there you have it, folks, 10 of the craziest naming laws from around the globe. Who knew that choosing a baby name could be such a wild ride? Next time you think about giving your little one a unique moniker, just remember these laws and be thankful you don't have to answer to the Icelandic naming committee or the Danish authorities. What about you guys? Have you ever heard a name that made you do a double take? Let me know in the comments below. I'm dying to hear your stories. And while you're at it, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more fun facts from around the world. Until next time, stay curious.